This new update is very important. DNA paternity test. Well, Wunmi, Cynthia Adebanjo has now realized that there is no way forward. In fact, Femi Falana Chambers, the legal firm protecting the interest of Wunmi, has decided to advise Wunmi to conduct a secret test. This you're about to hear from our guest. This is serious. This is serious. Wunmi does not know who she got pregnant for. She has shared a transformer right, left, center, everywhere. She does not know who she got pregnant for. So she needed to clear the Mohbad aspect out of it before she begins to call upon those that she can remember that she had something to do with. When Mohbad sang about transformer, back then, so sad that he decided to remain with that transformer. Mohbad was warned back in those days. He was warned while he was still a teenager. He was warned with his friend to do away with the girls they had with them. They were told when they went to seek for spiritual consultation about their life pathway. They were both told, Prime Boy and Mohbad, that they should do away with these girls that are with them now. And in fact, they were told from now till this period, be careful. In fact, do away with girls if you need to achieve, because the pitfall that has been set ahead of both of you are these wicked girls. Prime Boy listened, cut off from his girlfriend. Mohbad said, no, my girlfriend is still a virgin. I need to bench. After he benched, Prime Boy said, you are done. You have seen what you have seen. Can't you just do away with this girl? Mohbad started having issues with his friend, like, what is it? And the day he realized that he needed to move on, it was too late. Pregnancy had come in. Baby had dropped. And he wanted to escape down to Canada. Wunmi said, no, you will not go. So what the spiritualist saw ahead finally fulfilled itself. In fact, Mohbad's father struggled, fought hard to make sure that this thing does not happen. Somehow, because Mohbad didn't listen ahead, his own mom played a game that finally messed up what was supposed to be done that would probably help him escape this RIP. Well, you're about to hear. Translation and analysis will be done on this one, as usual. Justice for Mohbad must prevail. Wunmi has gone to perform a secret paternity test using a member of the family. You're about to hear who and how. Let us progress on this one.
Because Wunmi DNA tó lọ ṣe wá fún wa result. Ẹ bá mi pé Wunmi DNA tó lọ ṣe wá fún wa result. Tó bá fún wa result, má gbé result yẹn fún síta fún àmì sì má sọ fún. Wunmi DNA tó lọ ṣe wá fún wa ní result. Mo ń bọ̀. Wunmi DNA tó lọ ṣe wá fún wa ní result. Ń bọ̀. Now, ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé à ń béèrè DNA? Ṣé ń gbọ́? Ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé à ń béèrè DNA? Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Wunmi ò mọ ẹni tó ní ọmọ ọwọ́ ẹ̀. I am telling you facts. Wunmi go mọ ọmọ Mohbad ni o, ọmọ Mohbad ni o. Wunmi bọ́ síta kó wá challenge mi lọ gbé àwọn olórí búkẹ́ síta. máa ti ka fact and figure máa fún ẹ láàárọ̀ yìí. Wùnmí ò mọ ẹni tó ní ọmọ yẹn lóòótọ́. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Fálànà ó wá sọ fún Wùnmí. Ó ní káwọn tó lè mọ ibi táwọn tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ máa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ case. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ó ní kí Wùnmí lọ ṣe secret DNA. Secret DNA. Ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé ńjọ́ Friday mo gbé update kan síta? Ṣé rántí? Ẹ bá mi confirm tó bá rántí. TikTok ẹ̀yin ò lè rí. Facebook ni mo gbé sí. Mo ní ṣé grandparent ṣọ́ lè fi grandparent ṣe DNA. Ó ní ibi tí mò ń mú ọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Mò ń dúró dọjọ́ èní ni. Mo fẹ́ yẹ kí Wùnmí máa kúkú irọ́ tó fẹ́ wá pa sílẹ̀ fún wa. Ṣé gbogbo yín gbọ́ mi? Mo sọ fún yín pé satellite mi kò síbi tí ò dé. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Now, Fálànà wá pé Wùnmí secretly. Ó ní ṣé òun ló ní ọwọ́ ọmú ẹ̀. Between myself and you, Wùnmí sọ pé òun ò sure. Wùnmí sọ pé òun ò sure pé òun lòun ní ọmọ yẹn. Ó jẹ́wọ́ fún lọ́yà. Ṣé wá pé èèyàn méjì ni òun parọ́ fún doctor àti lọ́yà. Ó lóun ò sure pé Mohbad ló ní ọmọ yẹn. Now, Fálànà wá sọ fún pé kó lọ ṣe secret DNA. Ó ní kò ní ṣe lọ́dọ̀ òun ò káṣírí má bàa tú. Fálànà wá júwe ẹni tó kúrò lábẹ́ Fálànà tó lọ dá fẹ́ẹ̀mù ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Fálànà wá júwe fún. Mi ní dárúkọ ẹni yẹn sìn. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá sọ pé mò ń parọ́, máa dárúkọ ẹni yẹn, máa dárúkọ chamber ẹni yẹn. Fálànà wá ní kó lọ ṣe DNA yẹn ń bẹ̀. Ó ní kóhun àti ìyá Mohbad lọ. Ó ní kóhun àti ìyá Mohbad àti kọ́gbélì yàmù lọ. Because Fálànà sọ fún pé káwọn tiẹ̀ tó lè bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀, káwọn tó lè ṣe any case, káwọn tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ ṣọ́ pé ìjà táwọn fẹ́ máa jà. Àwọn wà lórí òótọ́, àwọn dẹ̀ ṣọ́ ìjà táwọn fẹ́ jà. Ṣé pé bàbá yẹn náà ti gbà bọ̀dẹ̀? Ṣé pé bàbá yẹn náà ti gba owó? Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Now, on the 25th of February, Wùnmí mo challenge ẹ, ibo ló wà lọ́sàn. Wùnmí, on the 25th of February, ó lọ sọ́dọ̀ solicitor tí Fálànà ní kó lọ bá, kó lọ ṣe DNA ń bẹ̀. Ẹ má bá mi love and like, kán máa já fún gbogbo nǹkan ló máa fi já fídíò ìwálẹ̀ torí àṣírí mo fẹ́ sọ fún yín láàárọ̀ yìí. On the 25th of November, of September, sorry, of February, on the 25th of February, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ní dédé bí ago ọ̀sán, ṣé wọ́n ti pé mo ti sọ fún yín rí pé tẹ́ bá rí Wùnmí ń ta lè mọ̀ pé òun ni ọmọ owó ẹ̀ ló máa kóbá àti ìyá Mohbad. Wọn ò mọ̀ pé Wùnmí ni, to be fair. Ọmọ owó ẹ̀ àti ìyá Mohbad ló kóbá ń jọ́ta ń sọ yìí. Ṣẹlẹ̀ pé gbogbo ayé ló ti ń wò wá báyìí. Gbogbo ayé ló ti ń wò wá. Gbogbo ayé ni wọ́n ti ń wò wá. On the 25th of February, Wùnmí lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ solicitor yẹn lóòótọ́. Òkè ní ọ́fíìsì solicitor yẹn wà. Mi ti fẹ́ dárúkọ. Òkè lọ́fíìsì ẹ̀ wà. Tẹ́ bá rí bí Wùnmí ṣe múra. Ẹ mọ̀ ó kọ́kọ́ da kíní àwọn Muslim borí. Ó tún wá fi nose mask sójú. Ó wá dé face cap. Ẹ lè mọ̀ pé òun ni. But Liam torí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àti ìyá Mohbad ló strike àwọn tó gbé fún mi pé kí lọmọ ìwà ṣe ń bíbà mi tí ní dárúkọ. Ẹ bá mi dìímú sọ́wọ́ sí i. Ìgbà tó débẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́. Ó ní bàbá Fálànà ló ń pè bàbá yẹn o. Ó ní bàbá ọ̀nà ti bá ẹni yẹn sọ̀rọ̀. Ìyẹn ni yẹn pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ DNA ṣe ń gbọ́ mi. Ọ̀nì yẹn. Ọwọ́ lọ mú Wùnmí ò lọ hospital because kọ́ má bàa dá mọ̀. Ọwọ́ mú swab. Wọ́n fi kó tó ẹnu ìyá Mohbad. Wọ́n fi kó ìtó ẹnu Liam. Ṣé fẹ́ gbọ́? Ó fi orúkọ Wùnmí sí o because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá dé hospital àwọn èèyàn ti mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Tó bá rí orúkọ Wùnmí ń bẹ̀ àbórúkọ sóyè yín wọ́n máa tètè mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Orúkọ solicitor yẹn lọ fi sí. Ẹ bá mi dìímú sọ́wọ́ sí tí solicitor bá sọ pé mò ń parọ́ àkúkú wá fàájá. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Orúkọ solicitor yẹn lọ fi sí. orúkọ solicitor yẹn lọ fi sí because Wunmi ní bàbá ní tó bá gbé orúkọ àwọn sí ṣé ń gbọ́ mi ó ní tó bá gbé orúkọ Wunmi sí àtọmọ ẹ̀ àwọn tó wà lọ sí wọn ọmọ wíìsù but unfortunately kòkòrò tó ń jẹ̀gbà Wunmi ìdí Wunmi ló wà kòkòrò tó ń jẹ̀gbà Wunmi inú ilé Wunmi ló wà kòkòrò tó ń jẹ̀gbà Wunmi ẹgbẹ́ Wunmi gangan ló wà bá ṣe ń sọ la ṣe bá ṣe ń yọ sọ la ṣe ń yọ gbọ́ ṣé ń gbọ́ mi orúkọ lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn lọ fi sí wọ́n wá mú lọ hospital now tí Wunmi bá sọ pé mò ń parọ́ kó tó lọ bọ̀bọ́ kan wá ó wọnúlé Wunmi mo ń challenge lọ́sàn yìí ní àárọ̀ yìí ta ni bọ̀bọ́ tó wá mú fóònù fún ya Mohbad fóònù lọ fi gba Sátọdé lọ́wọ́ ya Mohbad tó gbé Sunday sí lọ́wọ́ Tecno fóònù ńlá ẹ lọ bá mi wọ́wọ́ ya Mohbad yìí tẹ̀síwọ́ ya Mohbad Tecno fóònù ńlá tuntun wọ́n mú wá fún ya Mohbad lọ́dọ̀ solicitor ń bẹ̀ yẹn ṣé ń gbọ́ mi ìyá Mohbad wá ń bi Wunmi pé ta ló mú fóònù wá fóònù yìí Wunmi ní kó má wọ́rí pé wọ́n rà wá fún ni fóònù wo ló rà wá fún ìyá Mohbad ṣé fóònù yìí pé ó ń ṣe nǹkan tí Wunmi ní kó ṣe ni àbí lára àwọn tó pa Mohbad ló wá fún ìyá Mohbad fóònù ẹ lọ wo owó ìyá Mohbad Tecno fóònù ló ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ Tecno ni bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ga báyìí ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó gbé fún mi kò lè ya fọ́tò ẹni tí wọ́n ẹ má jẹ́ kí n já mi fẹ́ fún wọn lára ẹ lọ wo owó ìyá Mohbad Tecno fóònù ńlá tuntun tí ẹ rọba lọ mú wá fún jọ yẹn bó wá ń wò pé ẹni yẹn ló wá ta ni ẹni ìyá Mohbad béèrè o irọ́ ò dá o meanwhile ṣé mo nǹkan tó sọ fún ìyá Mohbad pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ ṣe lọ́dọ̀ lọ́yà ṣé kí n sọ fún yín sá ìyá Mohbad ìgbà tó débẹ̀ ó ní lára àwọn nǹkan oh God kò má lè dá fún ìyá Mohbad o ayé ìyá Mohbad ò má lè dá o ìyá Mohbad ẹ̀yin Muslim tẹ́ fẹ́ so òkò àṣìtánì ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ìyá Mohbad ní kẹ́ bá mi fún God bless you wọ́n ti program fóònù yẹn ó ti tap fóònù ìyá Mohbad yẹn fóònù tuntun ló mú wá fún bọ̀bọ́ yẹn dẹ̀ ló mú wá ó ga ó dúdú báyìí ìyá Mohbad wá ní talent tó fóònù ní fóònù yìí ó ní kí ìyá Mohbad má worry ṣé ń gbọ́ mi náà ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ lọ. ìgbà tó wá mú DNA yẹn lọ ṣé ń gbọ́ mi Wunmi tó bá sọ pé mo parọ́ látọ̀nà hospital ní Awólọ́wọ̀ way lọ ti ṣe DNA yẹn Wunmi tó bá sọ pé mo parọ́ DNA yẹn látọ̀nà hospital ní Awólọ́wọ̀ way lọ ti ṣe DNA yẹn látọ̀nà hospital lọ ti ṣe DNA yẹn ọ́fíìsì solicitor yẹn Balógun ló wà off Awólọ́wọ̀ way ní Ìkẹjà mi ní dárúkọ solicitor yẹn àìtí débẹ̀ tá bá débẹ̀ máa gbé yín débẹ̀ Awólọ́wọ̀ way Balógun off Awólọ́wọ̀ way ní Ìkẹjà ní ọ́fíìsì solicitor tí Wunmi ti lọ ṣe DNA yẹn wà ṣé ń gbọ́ mi ẹ má bá mi kọ́ o látọ̀nà hospital ní Awólọ́wọ̀ way ní Ìkẹjà ibẹ̀ ló ti lọ ṣe DNA yẹn Wunmi sọ 480,000 ló san sínú Zenith account mi wá account yẹn tó fowó yẹn sí but 480,000 Zenith account ló sanwó yẹn sí owó tó fi ṣe DNA yẹn 480,000 naira ló san sínú account yẹn ẹni tó lè lọ san 480 tó ń bribe gbogbo àwọn bloggers ẹ̀ kí ló dé tó wá fi dẹ́pẹ̀ ń dáwọ́ birthday fún ṣé ẹ gbàdúrà pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ fún Mohbad kò ṣẹlẹ̀ ni àbáṣe láwọn olórí burúkú láyé iná ẹ wá lè ń dáwọ́ birthday ẹni kó mú result yẹn jáde ẹni kó mú jáde ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ lọ 480,000 ló san fowó 480,000 ló san sínú Zenith account tó ní kó fi carry out DNA yẹn ṣé ń gbọ́ mi látọ̀nà hospital ní Awólọ́wọ̀ way ní Ìkẹjà ló ti lọ ṣe DNA yẹn ṣé ń gbọ́ mi yeah so ibẹ̀ ló ti lọ ṣe kinní yẹn àwa dúró 10 days ó sad mo ti sunkún. Ó sad. Mohbad kọ́ ló ní ọmọ ọwọ́ Wunmi. Mohbad kọ́ ló ní. Mo rò bí Wunmi máa bọ́ta, but kò lè bọ́ta not because it was not positive. Wọ́n mú kíni mama Mohbad lọ lóòótọ́. Wọ́n gbà tọ́ mama Mohbad. Meanwhile, ṣẹ́rí tọ́ mama Mohbad tó gbà yẹn. Generic ló fẹ́ fi confirm. Tí generic ẹ bá lè ti confirm pé 25% ṣó ti yé yín, ó mú ya Mohbad. Lọ sọ fún mi pé ṣé ń gbọ́ mi, Fọlá lọ sọ fún mi pé káwọn má lọ jẹ̀bi. Now this is their plan. Plan wọn wá ní pé ìtorí mo ti trash yín sí ṣe jẹ́ ká máa ọbọ̀ tí máa gbégbà. Ṣé gbogbo yín rántí pé ìgbà tí Wunmi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ó ní kí bàbá gba kóòtù lọ, tó bá fẹ́ DNA kó gba kóòtù lọ. Ṣé rántí plan wọn nìyẹn? Tó bá jẹ́ pé Liam ọmọ Mohbad ni, Wunmi máa gbé síta. But torí pé kò ń ṣe ọmọ Mohbad, because gbogbo yẹn náà ló bá ẹni yẹn sọ, ṣé ń gbọ́. Wọ́n ní tí ò bá ń ṣe, tó bá yẹ pé wà negative, kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Fálànà tí bàbá bá ń lọ sí court láti lọ gba go ahead láti ṣe DNA yẹn, wọ́n máa refuse bàbá. Wọ́n ti plan ẹ̀ débẹ̀ yẹn ni. So pẹ̀lú àdúrà, pẹ̀lú àwẹ̀, pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tí gbogbo yín bá mọ̀, but anything tẹ́ bá lè fi pé Ọlọ́run, tẹ́ bá lè fi pé Mohbad kó bọ́ta kó jà, òun ni kẹ́ fi pé. Tí lọ́yà bàbá tó bá ti ń lọ, tó bá ti lọ request fún pé wọ́n fẹ́ kíní court, wọ́n fẹ́ kíní DNA o, wọ́n máa refuse wọn ni. Which is nǹkan tí Wunmi ṣe ń sánsìn. Ṣé mọ̀ pé òun ti mọ̀. Àní mo ti ké. Mo ti ké. Mohbad kọ́ ló lọ́mọ o. Mohbad kọ́ ló lọ́mọ. Èmi náà sọ. Gbogbo èèyàn ti pè mí. Búkì tó fi dúró tọmọ ìbáyìí. Nǹkan kan dá ẹ lójú ni. Ọlọ́run tẹ̀ mí. Mohbad kọ́ ló lọ́mọ o. Ẹ bá mi kà. On the 25th lọ ṣe DNA. Ajé tí wọ́n bí ní sí mama Mohbad rí result, wọ́n lè pé mama Mohbad mọ́ náà. Nǹkan tó ní ìdára mama Mohbad lọ ti gbà yẹn, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti fún ní techno phone. Wọ́n ti fún ní fóònù tuntun. Tó bá ní mo parọ́, gbogbo wọn ń wò mí báyìí sìn. Techno ló wà lọ́wọ́ ya Mohbad. Ìkẹjà lọ ti fún ní ọ́fíìsì solicitor yẹn. On the 25th ló mú fóònù yẹn wọlé. Tó bá ní mo parọ́. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ẹ bá mi kà, on the 25th lọ gbé DNA yẹn lọ. Wọ́n ló máa take 10 working days. Ó ti gba results.
Welcome back. We are getting to the point that we have been waiting, expecting to get to. It is clear that Mohbad is not the father of Liam. You know, back in those days, we got an update, and this update states that Mohbad knew that child does not belong to him, but due to the apology and also Wunmi's mother also getting involved, begging Mohbad to forgive her daughter, they said to themselves, we are going to keep this within ourselves. Forgive her. You know you caused it. When both of you fought, you split it for some time, for a while. So in between this, something happened. Forgive her. Now, Mohbad, afraid of Wunmi's family and also acting foolishly, behaving so stupid with this Wunmi's family, particularly Wunmi's mother. He could not stand his ground. He did this one certain time when he went complaining to his father that these people, I bought land, they didn't give me document, I don't even know where the land is, I have no papers. His father decided to stand to fight Mohbad, on the day that they were supposed to trash this out, Mohbad did something that his father could not just stomach. Mohbad disgraced his father. Mohbad could not utter a word. After the talk, Mohbad came back to his father and said, I am sorry, Daddy. I was just afraid that they might hurt us. If you know that these people can hurt you and your father, must you stay with their daughter? Now that brings us to another part. Was Mohbad on a spell? Was he under a spell? Was a spell placed on him? What exactly will make someone stick to what will take his life? What exactly is this thing? Constant quarrel, fight, trouble, yet both of them could not split. Now, it might be that he's under a spell, and it might be that he's not under a spell. These things, if you look back and look at your relationship in the past too, when you were close to that age of Mohbad, look at your teen relationship. Look at it. Look at it. You might have experienced it. You know that this person is not right for you. Constant trouble, problem, issue, here and there. Yet, you refuse to cut off. There are even situations where you know this guy is battering you, yet you refuse to stay away from that relationship. You know that this lady, this teenage girl, is constantly cheated with your friend, yet you're unable to leave that person. Have you ever experienced such before? And it's not as if you're under a spell. You just do not want to pull out because you have this inferior complex. You don't know what to do. You feel there is nobody that can be like this person. You just need to hone that person. You just need that person in your life. It's more like this. The more you are told you cannot have something, the more you want to have it. Is that what happened to Mohbad? Mohbad was forewarned about this, but he kept on and on. In fact, it broke his friendship with Prime Boy, because Prime Boy wanted him to lay off Wunmi. Unfortunately, Mohbad did not do that. Now, let us go to this DNA secretly done, advised by Femi Falana, according to what we are hearing now. So they went to this hospital. According to our guest, a lot of money was paid. 400 and something thousand naira was paid for this test. They took Mohbad's mom's swab so as to find out if there is a connection, a family tie to Liam. Because they cannot call Mohbad's father. That would be like opening up cans of worms. They don't want that to happen. They want to be sure first, because Femi Falana Chambers realized that this case has been on social media for too long, and from the stand of Mohbad's father, he's not ready to play ball. He's not going to join shoulders with them on this one. He's not going to accept bribe from his own son's sweat. So Femi Falana knows that if autopsy and toxicology is to be delayed for the next 1 year, DNA is a must, and that soon Mohbad's father will seek court injunction to prevail on Wunmi so that she can avail Liam for a proper swab with Mohbad's father. So she was advised, look, the best option is for you to seek for a test, at least to substantiate, to give meat to this allegation. You have to do something to be sure so that you can be on a good standing. At least if there is a family connection, then you can now do what you like and talk anyhow. You can now come out publicly to prove to Mohbad's father and everyone that Liam is Mohbad's son. So who they decide to use Mohbad's mother. After all, father and mother will give 50-50 to produce a child. So they needed to find out if there is at least a percentage that shows that this child is Mohbad's son. So they took a swab. They went for a test. They did what they needed to do. And to make Mohbad's mother happy, they gave her a techno phone. They gave her a smartphone, new. That's what they gave to her as a form of payment, a bribe, like, oh, take this smartphone for joining us in this one. This is what Mohbad's mother wanted. This is what she is all about. This is what she's interested in. That is why she joined forces with Wunmi against justice for Mohbad and against Mohbad's father. She knows that as long as she is around Wunmi, at least she'll be able to get droppings here and there from her son's sweat. Can you see how stupid this woman is? Can you see how dull she is? You are rooting with people that are not in any way supposed to. They are not supposed to take in any way. They are not supposed in any way at all. When I say any way, they are not supposed to be in charge of Mohbad's sweat. Not at all. They are not supposed to. You decide to liaise with them. Well, the test came out negative. The test came out negative. Now, you will see how difficult Wunmi will become now that she knows that that child does not belong to Mohbad. And for crying out loud, why didn't they want to take a sample from Mohbad? They don't want to take a sample from Mohbad. It will be difficult for them to take a sample from Mohbad. Now, they have taken sample from Mohbad's mother, and it is clear that that child does not belong to Mohbad. We've said it countless times that that child does not belong to Mohbad. At first, when I heard that Mohbad's father was helping Wunmi get pregnant, I said to myself, well, anyone can have issues as regards giving birth. Mohbad could even have problems giving birth. There are men that have low count and other, biological issues. And also Wunmi at that time could have issues and challenges here and there. Anything could have happened. It could be that God was protecting Mohbad's interest at that time somehow. Like, this is not a woman that you should have a child with. Now, if Mohbad knew, what made Mohbad continue? It is a mystery that cannot be unraveled. But what we know that can be unraveled is DNA paternity and also justice for Mohbad. We know that this can be unraveled. Mohbad is no longer here with us. He can't answer. He cannot respond. How I wish Mohbad listened to his parent. His father. How I wish he was open to his father and mother and say, look, rather than him trying to unify his father and mother together, how I wish he opened up to them like, look, dad, look, mom, this is what is happening. Not because Mohbad's father didn't see what was happening. He tried to mediate. He did all he could. He did all he could to his best of knowledge. He said he didn't want to split Wunmi and Mohbad because that is what Mohbad want, to be with Wunmi. But this constant quarrel, issue, volatile, the eruption between them is just not easy. Constant fight, constant trouble. He kept on holding on to what should not be in his life. Now he is no more. Talent, gift, everything, all of it gone. And here we have Wunmi. All she came to this world is to bring a child that does not belong to someone and still want to hold on to the person's estate. She wants to inherit Mohbad with a child that is not Mohbad's son. Prime boy, I'm sure this update has gotten to you, and if it has not, I want you guys to share. Let Prime Boy get to know about this one. It's time for you to tell us that thing that you said Mohbad was not saying it clearly, but you, as a friend, you didn't know what they are talking about, but you are ready to tell Mohbad to calm down. How can you tell someone to calm down when you don't know what they are discussing? Obviously, you know what they are discussing. You know what they are discussing. You know your role in it. Mohbad wanted to escape. He wanted to escape out of Nigeria. He wanted to go to Canada. He wanted to kind of gather money together and just escape this constant bullying and is this unfortunate thing called Wunmi that he embraced in his life. He wanted to escape from it, but he was not given the opportunity to escape. He could not fulfill that escape. They brought him down. How, Wunmi? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Now that this child is not Mohbad's son, what is the next thing? Hands up. All that you have spent, all Mohbad's money that you have spent, it's time for you to do what? Maybe now your lawyer is going to say, even if the child is not Mohbad's son, but because both of them are married, before that kind of marriage that is not documented anyway. What kind of marriage is that? Marriage that is not documented? You will never find it in any registry. Is that what you guys are calling marriage? So that's what they want us to believe. That, oh, you know, this is what we are going to fight on now. Mohbad's father is ready. They did their so-called wedding. It was supposed to be an introduction. It ended up into an engagement and all of that. That nonsense thing that they did. If Mohbad had known, but he did not take time to look inwards. And if you look at this diabolic family, definitely, you know that Wunmi would have done a lot of diabolic things on Mohbad. Unfortunately, Mohbad was not listening to his own father. Maybe if he had listened and if his father had been more stiff, more strict, but the man didn't want to lose his son, but eventually he lost his son. He thought by being soft a bit, by, being not too strict. So sad. Now it is clear. It is out there. Let us see how they are going to manipulate it. We all know that Mohbad cannot be the father of this child. We know that it's not possible. We know it's not possible. Because it is glaring to everyone that if Mohbad was Liam's father, Wunmi would never have taken time to, at least for the sake of clarity, for the sake of washing herself clean from all of this accusation, she would have quickly used this opportunity to present Liam for a DNA. It is common sense. She would have done so to quickly avail Liam for a DNA. But the reason that she, her mother, her sister, and all our team refused DNA shows that they have a lot to hide. It's common sense. Let's just look at it without any resentment towards her. If you have been tagged, fingered as the prime suspect in the demise of a man that you are with, and so much noise and protest here and there, body exhumed, allegation here and there, And the father of this person said he wants DNA to be done to make sure that this child is his son's. Common sense. You and your family will sit together and be like, look, let us make this DNA possible so as to even reduce the tension. That's the way out. But if your family sit down with you and ask you, who is the father? Are you sure? And she said, I don't even know. I don't even know who the father is. Then your family will sit among themselves and conclude. And what they will do is to come out to say no to DNA. Exactly what they did. It's common sense. You don't need rocket science or some, very abstract mathematics to sort or solve this. It's clear that the reason behind their refusal is lack of knowledge on the knowing from Wunmi's part. She does not know who that child belongs to. Is it this? Is it that? She does not know. She has shared a transformer. So, who did it? Who did not do it? Who put it there? She does not know. It will be risky for her to say, yes, let's do a DNA. It will be too risky for her to make that public announcement. That is why she refused, held on to this DNA of a thing. In fact, when she made conversation with Abu Abel, immediately Abu Abel started talking about DNA paternity. Wunmi did not allow him stop. Wunmi did not allow him finish talking. Wunmi started ranting. Hey, please. Wunmi started talking because Abu Abel said, I asked you, confess to me who the father of this child is. And you confess to me. What is the confession? I don't know who the father of this child is. In those days, I had problems with Mohbad. So I had some other guys that I was dating. In fact, I don't even know. I can't even say who is who now. The thing is this, Mohbad knew later. He forgave me. And since he wants a child, and we've been working towards having a child, this is it. Here we are. This is a child. Love him. Forgive me. Don't worry, we'll have other children. And move on with our lives. Mohbad forgave. Kept on benching. Kept on benching. Then, it became clear to him. Maybe his father's prayer woke something up in him like, what kind of life is this? Why am I living like a fool? What is it about this girl? Why shouldn't I, why can't I just move away from this thing? Look at what she has brought. A child that does not belong to me. Now, Mohbad wanted to know one thing. The father of that child. That is what Mohbad got upset about. Like, okay, I have forgiven you, but I want to know who benched you. I want to know who put this thing there. Wunmi refused to say because she does not know and she's not so willing to say. She's not willing to say who benched her to a point of getting pregnant. Who benched? Mohbad felt bad. Like, my own benching did not achieve pregnancy. So who benched? Who benched you, Wunmi? And Wunmi refused to say. And Wunmi said, we've talked about this thing before. You've forgiven me. So why are you still talking about this thing? What is this thing that you're talking about? You said we should forget about it. Now you are talking about it repeatedly again. It means that you have not forgiven. It means that you have not taken it out of your heart. You don't bother about who the person is. Mohbad wanted to know. And he wanted to know. And he really wanted to know. And that knowledge is what took him out. If Mohbad had kept quiet, if he didn't say nothing, if he pretended and said, okay, I've forgiven you, let's move on. And he didn't even make any noise out of it. And he made sure that the Canadian thing did not leak. He didn't tell no soul until everything is done and he's ready to move. And even when he moves, when he's ready to move, he won't need to tell her anything. Just pick your most important clothes and take your most important thing. Land at the airport, move. Once the flight, send her a message. Sorry, I have made it clear to everyone that I'm not the father of that child. I've told my father and my mom. That's the end of it. End of story. That would have saved his life. But he did not know. He didn't know that this was going to be this way. He didn't know it was going to play out this way. He did not know. Mohbad did not know. He didn't know. He didn't know. And from what we heard, someone hinted Wunmi about this Canadian thing. Someone hinted Wunmi. We heard about that. Did Wunmi get this hint from an email? Maybe Mohbad mistakenly dropped his mobile phone and Wunmi was able to quickly go through because she was suspicious. If Wunmi had known, she shouldn't have gotten involved in the demise of Mohbad. You should have just left him so that you can go look for. But now you are desperate because Mohbad has started climbing up the ladder. So you said, no, you are going nowhere. I have stuck with you. We will stick together. Even though I have not been a good woman. even though I am not supposed to be in your life. I must remain in your life. So why don't you allow yourself to remain in his life instead of taking him out? But now, it is clear that that child does not belong to Mohbad. Let us see what your lawyer is going to play. Let us see the hand that you guys are going to play. Let us see what you guys will start doing on social media. Let us see the next fake narrative that you guys are going to sell to your gullible followers. Let us see. Let us see. You have to return all that you have taken from Mohbad, because I know that is the next step and stage. How can we rip Mohbad off? How can we take all? Even if we are going to hands off, let us make sure that 80% of Mohbad's revenue is clean and cleared. That is the next stage. That is the next step. Because now it's clear to her that she cannot lay claim to Mohbad's property or lay claim to Mohbad's money and all of that. So the only thing she will be thinking of doing is to steal Mohbad's money. That's what will happen next, to steal Mohbad's money. They will be racking their brains now, thinking of how to steal Mohbad's money. That at least let me have, if it is 100 million naira, if it is 50 million, 80, 100, 150 in my account. With this, I'll be able to move on. That is what she will be thinking of. And she will now start writing Dependable God, singing Dependable God on social media. She's going to start with that. That's what she's going to start. She's going to present herself like someone who is sorrowful, someone who is in the presence of God. But we know that this is just to cover up. Justice for Mohbad.